To a Super Bowl goes through Detroit. It's the 49ers and the Lions, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
This Lion fan base have been craving home playoff football since this building opened in 2002, and they've got it today at Ford Field in Detroit. Coming up, a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a potential classic in store, as it'll be the San Francisco. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports, and man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
And at one point, the ascension of Jared Goff was really, really strong. Back-to-back Pro Bowls, took his team to the Super Bowl and came really within one quarter of winning it. But since that time, he's had bouts of inconsistency, and that's been the struggle for him as he tries to get back to the form he showed earlier in his career.
Goff now to throw. Finds Gibbs on the check down. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Now they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Setting up the screen, this is Gibbs. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
And it's taken in at the 9. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Niners will go on offense 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his 3rd season in the league.
And you'd think as a young QB there'd be some nerves leading an offense out to start a game, but haven't seen any sign of them right now. And speaking with him earlier this week, sensed that the pressure wouldn't get to him. He feels comfortable being the face of this offense and shouldering the expectations on game day, even if he doesn't quite have the years of experience other quarterbacks do.
2nd and a couple. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he's going to have a Niners 1st down as the tackle made just shy of the 30.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Purdy. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Purdy from the gun. And that nearly an interception here on its opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. Purdy now to throw off the play action. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
1 1st down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll go for it. Here's Purdy. They're looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. After the interception, here's Goff. Throw left side, caught by Laporta. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And the 49ers are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. And Charles, I know you appreciate seeing this great defense, especially with the heightened intensity of the postseason. These two defenses, they have risen to the occasion to force back-to-back interceptions.
You know me well, Brandon. I always stand with my fellow defenders. And I love watching them make plays, and you nailed it. It's playoff time. This is when it matters most.
Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down, but a tip of the cap on the spin move as that gives him a 1st down. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends are like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
With a heavy set out there, 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
But forget knowing where the 1st down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. If you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They have more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Purdy off the play fake. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Another incompletion there. That's 5 in a row now to start this game. He's got to take a deep breath now, step back, shake it off a little bit, trust his offensive line, and hope that his play caller dials up something that can give him a completion and get him going.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
They go play action here, Purdy. And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
Purdy on 4th down. And he is caught. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Play action, now Purdy. Sliding out of the pocket. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Brandon Ayuk from 21 yards away. And the Niners have struck first in this NFC title game. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agreed totally. Excellent bounce back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
Moody good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drive spans 13 plays, and it was Brandon Ayuk capping it off with a touchdown reception. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So here come the Lions now. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's complete to Laporta. Big strides. Look at him go. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Detroit. Sam Laporta, 74 yards. And the Lions are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And San Francisco gets set to go here. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
2nd and 10. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. He'll buy some time right. This one caught by Kittle. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down. Here's Purdy. On the move to his left. Got a man. That's Ayuk. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 7-7, our score after 1. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Again, it's Purdy to throw it. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down. Purdy now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Purdy looking to throw. And they're going to get him. They bring him down and sack back at the 16-yard line. Aiden Hutchinson able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
4th down try. Here's Purdy. He's got his target. That's complete. And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Deebo Samuel, a 16-yard touchdown. And the 49ers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point try now for Moody. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's Deebo Samuel who caps things with a touchdown reception. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. And Detroit back in possession of the football. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here. And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it second down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Gibbs straight ahead. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's again, they'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. That one a first down pickup of 8.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the 50, it's Goff. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's second down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and run for it. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Goff now looking to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
In motion comes the tight end left. Back to throw, Goff. That's to the tight end, Laporta. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. He's up to 87 yards receiving now, and it's a first down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Here's Goff. Into the hands of Patrick left side. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 12 more yards there and another first down. Throwing again is Goff. That'll be caught by St. Brown. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be second down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 49ers 11-yard line.
Goff now looks to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Just a gain of a couple there. 3rd and 7 now. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now Goff. This is caught. And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Gibbs is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be second down.
At the Niners 2-yard line.
Montgomery trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. 3rd and goal here, a big play brewing in this NFC title game. Now it's Goff. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Niners are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. And the defense, Charles, they bit a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them at the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. 2 minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll send the tight end in motion left. Purdy will set up to throw it here. That's caught downfield by Kittle. Look at the big man rumble. George Kittle, touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, an 80-yard touchdown. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at a big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
Moody good with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score it. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. They can't tackle him. And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. Detroit's offense ready to take over. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll bring up second down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Gone. Finding his big receiver, Patrick, over the middle. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Tim Patrick, 78 yards. And the Lions are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And the 49ers settling in for their next drive. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Zadarius Smith able to get him down. They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. Out of the pistol, McCaffrey trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Here comes 3rd down and 7. Purdy now to throw off the play action. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. Purdy off the play fake. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check. Yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Niners offense and Brock Purdy getting ready for this next possession. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And I think here with the lead, CD, they have to resist that temptation of kind of looking ahead. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
After the interception, here's Goff.
And yet again, Goff is intercepted.
Picked off by Tashawn Gibson.
Down the right sideline.
And into the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
Now Moody for the PAT.
He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, here's Goff. He'll get this one to Patrick.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep and curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Niners offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
The last drive for this offense, Charles, you remember it ended in one play, that quick interception, but they do still have the lead as they start this drive here.
And that's something to focus on for them as well, because it's not quite no harm, no foul. But the interception, hey, shake it off, move on. Hasn't cost your team the lead, and now it's time to rebound. And the quarterback and his teammates, they can add to the lead with a good drive here.
So 2nd and 4 from the 22. Here's Purdy.
Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. And they'll send the tight end in motion. 3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Purdy on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Here's Goff. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the 49ers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Well, the field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. Gets it up past the 10 with a nice move. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
They go play action here. Purdy.
They'll roll him out right. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
McCaffrey on the counter.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
He takes this for 3 to the 29.
3rd and 5.
A handoff left, McCaffrey.
And he's going to have a Niners 1st down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
And that's the kind of run you get when you know Super Bowl berth is in sight. They got the lead. It's the second half. All those weeks of wear and tear in your body just go away. He's running with purpose now, and that's a heck of a run.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
This time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Now a 2nd and 10. Purdy now to throw.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
They'll go for it. Here's Purdy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20.
Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
So after the big play on fourth, here's 1st and 10. Purdy sets up to throw again. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. We're in the third quarter of the NFC title game. This is 2nd and 10. Now Purdy. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
Throwing here, Purdy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Brandon Ayuk.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Niners continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Extra point try now for Moody.
He's got it, and the lead stretches to 35-14. So that one a 13-play drive in total.
And it was Brandon Ayuk capping it off with a touchdown reception.
Mitch Wishnowsky to kick off for San Francisco.
Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 40, right around the 39. So solid starting field position.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And he'll be stopped at the 46, gain of 3. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field.
And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Second down and right back to McCaffrey.
And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
Play action. Now Purdy.
Rolling to his right.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
Purdy. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
And that could have been the lifeline they needed. This is a play that could have been made. Instead, it's just going to fall incomplete.
Back to throw, Purdy. He's got the hook up downfield to Samuel.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A first down there on a pickup of 25. One quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Purdy looking to throw.
This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. George Kittle with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the 49ers are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Now Moody for the PAT.
And that'll increase their lead to 28. A drive that time of 6 plays.
And it all ends with a George Kittle touchdown.
Mitch Wishnowsky to kick off for San Francisco.
Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over.
And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry.
Here's Goff.
He gets this out wide to Gibbs.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
To throw is Goff.
That throw taken in by Jamison Williams.
His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a first down.
And the Lions, first down. First and 10 at the 42.
Gone.
St. Brown making the catch on the out route.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
Here's Gibbs.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. The Lions on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Outright, this one goes to Patrick. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
Well, he's had the interception woes in this one, Charles, and that time a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game. A nice ball there against multiple defenders, and they advance it downfield.
And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging them, giving a little dab. It's been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless, take care of the ball on the way out.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
23 yards the pickup there.
Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here, some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the 4th.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all, but in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He's up north of 100 yards receiving now in this NFC Championship game. And it's a 1st down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want.
And he's going to be intercepted. intercepted a third time. It's Brian Branch with it. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision could get skewed just a bit. Now,
and he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
Nightmare of a game continues for this quarterback, brought down with the game already decided. This sack adds insult to injury for him. Multiple turnovers, down by multiple touchdowns, now dumped early in a drive in the final quarter.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Back to throw, Goff.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred the defense.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to make it 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Desperation time for Goff on 4th. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. No reason not to try it there. And they do indeed convert on 4th. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down. Trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted. And they did.
Goff now looks to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Throwing again is Goff.
Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
27 yards.
And the Lions get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Extra point splits the uprights.
I felt so bad. I let him go. You can see that.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the 49er hands team does its job. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
81 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. McCaffrey running up the middle. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Derek Barnes in on the stop.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Now a first carry for their fullback. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves them with a 3rd down and 8.
Normally when you see a short gain in the middle of a 3-4 defense, go ahead and pat the nose tackle on the back because he's holding things up and taking out extra blockers, which allows one of the inside linebackers to roam free and make the tackle.
Purdy now to throw off the play action.
That is caught. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. They'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.